Hello and welcome back to Crypto Saving Expert, where we talk about the latest cryptocurrency news and take a look at the markets so that we all know exactly what is happening. My name is Jess and we do these live streams every single weekday. So if you are new here, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell notification button. It's currently 6:25 in the morning and I've not yet had my morning coffee, but we will start selling these mugs that we have created on the CSE merch store, which is launching very, very soon. So make sure to stay tuned for that. If you have signed up for annual membership for Crypto Saving Experts Plus or Premium, you will get a discount. You will get a gift card, a £75 or a £125 gift card to our merch store that is launching within the next couple of weeks. And you can get these Bitcoin socks. Who would not want a pair of those? Let's take a look at what's going on in the cryptocurrency markets now and see what's been happening over the last 24 hours. So first of all, Bitcoin is up 2% within the last 24 hours, back above that $26,000 level. Now, we haven't broken any major levels of resistance to get there, but Bitcoin is currently trading at $26,325. Now, Ethereum is up slightly as well, 0.57% to 1,648. So pretty nice morning this morning. We are obviously going to see the weekend now. Typically, that brings in some sideways action, and what we could be seeing is a CME gap. So we will discuss that today in today's stream, and then we'll be looking at that again on Monday. So let's take a look at what's going on in the cryptocurrency news. First of all, bearish September. Now, typically, September is a bearish month. If you take a look at the thumbnail for today's stream, you'll see that we have a bearish prediction of an average drawdown in September of 5.2%. Now, this is not what we want to be seeing here. Clearly, you can see September has historically not been a good month for crypto. However, in more positive news, Q4 of the year typically is a little bit more positive. Look at that one, 168% back in 2020. So hopefully we can feel a little bit more positive about Q4 as a whole, but September we need to prepare for. Typically, it is not good. We have seen some bullish months, but they have been pretty minor in terms of the cryptocurrency's volatility. So that is what we're preparing for now. We are already on the 8th of September, so not long to go. We just need to sit tight and hope it's not as bad as it could be. That would make us move to the downside, though, and could make us break a level of support. We will be analysing the price of Bitcoin at the end of today's stream, so do not worry about that. Before we continue and move on to today's cryptocurrency news, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Now, I'm going to bring you some bearish news this morning. We've seen some bearish news. So first of all, we're in September, which is inherently bearish. We're also seeing that spot cryptocurrency trading is dipping to its lowest point in over 4 years. Now, we did discuss this recently. I said, look at these volumes here. It is looking diabolical. The volumes here have been pretty consistent, and we saw a massive uptick during the bottom of this bear market, and now we have seen the volumes drop off a cliff. We are seeing volumes incredibly low. This is the bars at the bottom here, and you can see they are the lowest they've been in a very, very long time. Even in fact, during this bear market in 2018, they look higher. They look much higher than they are now. It's not been great in terms of volatility, in terms of volume for the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But hopefully we can turn that around. We have the Bitcoin halving coming in April 2024. We have some big spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have a lot of excitement coming our way. So hopefully this can trigger an uptick in volumes and interest once again, because we are also seeing that cryptocurrency interest has dropped to 4-year low as well. Now, typically, we all know by now, Bitcoin moves in 4-year cycles. So when we're at the bottom of a bear market, no one tends to be interested. We're here every single day doing these live streams, but no one wants to know about cryptocurrency until the price is already 10x, and then they all wish they got in earlier and they call us all lucky. But I wouldn't say this is luck. We're here every single day learning about what's going on in the cryptocurrency news. Let's see what else is going on. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. What we have here is Grayscale's Bitcoin holdings are spread out over 1,750 addresses. Now, this is obviously for safety reasons. Let's see what's going on in the chat here today. So if they spread their cryptocurrency across separate wallets, that will probably be more safe. So what we are seeing here is the team at Arkham have identified identified 1,750 wallet addresses linked to Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. Grayscale is also the second largest holder of Bitcoin globally. So let's see what's going on here. The mystery of how and where Grayscale Investment holds its Bitcoin linked to its famous Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has finally been revealed. So they have 1,750 Bitcoin wallets for their total of 779 Bitcoin, worth an estimated $16.5 billion. According to Arkham team, each Bitcoin address holds at most 1,000 Bitcoin, and the distribution of Grayscale's Bitcoin is likely a security measure to prevent the entire stash of Bitcoin being compromised in one go. Because if that happened, that would be pretty diabolical. And now they're trying to get a spot Bitcoin ETF, so they need to give reasoning and proof that they are securing their assets as safely as possible. We are also seeing Grayscale have listed Coinbase. Actually, let's go on to this one here. We've got a news story here about the spot Ethereum ETF. Now, I'm not sure if any of you have heard, but ARK Invests did apply for a spot Ethereum invest. Now, we've seen massive companies like BlackRock file for spot Bitcoin ETFs. I don't need to tell you guys that. You already know that. But we are seeing filings for spot Ethereum ETFs now as well. Now, this is a whole different ballgame. This is going to be tricky all over again. We've already seen Grayscale win that lawsuit against the SEC, and the courts ruled that the SEC didn't really have the grounds to decline the applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs from Grayscale in previous attempts. So we've seen a massive win against the SEC there. But what could happen in terms of Ethereum ETFs? Now, we don't yet have clarity from the SEC over whether Ethereum is a security or a commodity. Now, why that matters is because if it's a security, it gets regulated by the SEC. If it's the commodity, it gets regulated by the CFTC. Now, the SEC have really been trying to regulate the entire cryptocurrency space, but those cryptocurrency users are stepping back and saying, whoa, we don't think these are securities. We don't think this is your lane. We think these are commodities. Now, we've seen some differing opinions on whether Ethereum is a security or a commodity. Now, we have not had a clear answer from the SEC chairman, Gary Gensler. He has been asked. He has refused to answer. We have seen him in the past give some descriptions and some answers, and we have actually heard talks of it actually transitioning from a commodity, from a security to a commodity. Now, Ethereum actually launched as an ICO, so that in some rule books does make it a security, but people are saying now, but it is acting as a commodity for the last couple of years. So could it have transitioned? We don't have a clear answer right now over whether Ethereum is a commodity or a security from the SEC chairman Gary Gensler. So having an application like this could really provide some clarity on that, and that is really important, and that is something that we could see a massive win for the cryptocurrency space from. Let's check in with the chat. Player one, hello, thank you very much for tuning in. Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button so you don't miss the latest cryptocurrency news. Why are you live this morning, Jess? Fire thumbnail, thank you. I am off on holiday today, so I need to leave for the airport very, very soon. So we're doing a live stream very early this morning. Let's see what else is going on in the cryptocurrency news. Taiwan to impose limitations on unregistered and non-compliant foreign crypto exchanges. So Taiwan's Cryptocurrency Regulatory Authority has formulated 10 guiding principles for virtual asset service providers operating within its borders. Now, this is what we're crying out for in the US and what the regulators do not want to give. Now, a lot of people think people in crypto don't want regulation. We don't want to abide by them, but we do. A lot of us in the cryptocurrency community do. We want regulation, but we want clear guidelines on how to follow that regulation. In the US, we do not have that. They say we have regulation and we have clear regulation, but there's no guidelines that we can follow in order to stop ourselves being sued by the SEC. Coinbase and Binance have showed a clear example of that. Coinbase and Binance, specifically Coinbase actually, have tried to create their own regulation and guidelines because the SEC do not provide clear guidelines. And Coinbase have actually showed the SEC those rules and said, look, this is what we're going to follow because you clearly are not giving us enough guidelines to follow to make sure we are all safe. So we are seeing problems in terms of regulation in the US. Taiwan is stepping up to the plate, and as I keep saying, if the US continue to not provide that clarity and transparency around their guidelines and regulation, and instead just seem to be regulating by enforcement, they are going to fall behind because cryptocurrency communities and projects are going to look at other regions like Taiwan who have regulated formulas and guidelines of how to operate and see that that's a much easier place to go and learn and build. And we are seeing seeing, we saw last week or the week before, the founder of DXTY saying, look, if you're a cryptocurrency project, don't even bother trying to start it in the US. Start it elsewhere, and once you're big enough and you've got that foundation, then try and tackle the US. So US are really pushing cryptocurrency out of the region, and I think that is something they are going to regret and something they're going to fall behind on and then have to try and play catch up with. Let's see what else is going on in the news today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. Polygon CEO has cleared up rumours of a $6 million dump of the Matic token on Binance. Now, there were rumours that the CEO of Polygon with token Matic had dumped $6 million of their own token. Now, the Polygon CEO has said it's not a Polygon Foundation wallet. So we can see here, Look on Chain reported that a total of $5.92 million worth of Matic was deposited into Binance over the last 30 days from 2 different wallets labelled as Polygon Foundation by Nansen. This quickly spurred allegations on Twitter that the foundation could be selling its tokens. But it says you have incorrectly labelled this wallet. It is not a Polygon Foundation wallet. So that has removed a lot of fear surrounding Polygon and Matic. If we take a look at the price of this token right now, what ranking is this? Number 17 in terms of market cap, down 1.82% within the last 24 hours. We can see here it's had a slight fluctuation, but not too much. What we are seeing for Polygon, Matic, ranked 17. It had a high back in the bull market of $2.93, and it's now trading at 55 cents, and it has dipped as low as 35 cents as well. So we have seen some massive fluctuations in the price of this asset. Still a massive asset, one I actually pretty like. So I'm going to keep an eye on that one. But let's see what else is going on in the cryptocurrency news. 2 more articles today, and then we have some Bitcoin analysis to do. So we have here IMF and FSB banning crypto outright won't eliminate risks. So a report from the International Monetary Fund, Financial Stability Board, and others advises G20 countries to use targeted regulation rather than blanket bans. Now, this is something we've all been advocating for, but will they listen? That's the question. The report also warns that stablecoins are a risk to financial stability. So what we are seeing right now is we are really seeing a division between the regulation of crypto and stablecoins, and that's really important because we all want to make sure our stablecoins are fully regulated to the max. We don't want to hold stablecoins in if the stablecoin is not fully regulated and going to be able to hold its peg. Let's see what else is going on here. One last article. My camera's about to die as well, so we're on a bit of a time crunch here. Former FTX co-CEO my camera's died. There we go. So it's now going to pause. Ryan Salam agrees to plead guilty to criminal charges. So we are seeing the former CEO of FTX strike a plea deal with prosecutors there. Let's just take a quick look at the price of Bitcoin, because I know I will have probably frozen on the screen right now. What we are seeing here is Bitcoin is trading at $26,330. Seen a little bit of a spike. No major levels of resistance have been broken. No major levels of support have been broken. So just keep an eye on this. CME gap will be opening later today. So let's prepare for that, but we will be talking about that in Monday's stream. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button. I'm going to have to tune out now. My camera has died.